Okay, part two. So when we left off, we had just done, and that's something that Stevie Ray Vaughan uses a lot in his songs. I'll probably make another video because this is a really good concept right here. Just using these, I think of them as Stevie Ray Vaughan circular licks because they're very circular in nature. If you just look at my hand. There's a lot more than what I just showed you, but that's a pattern that he uses a lot, so I figured I'd stick to that. Okay, so up next you have so you would end this typically the same way you would end a lot of licks with vibrato on the G string. So when you come back from that last circular lick, you go up to the 10th fret of the D string and then land a vibrato on the 8th fret of the G string. Then you are going to do a pull off from 10 to 8 on the D string. And you're going to land on the 10th fret of the A string. That's your next part, okay? Then after that, we're going to get into what I like to call the canopy. And actually, these are the exact same notes that we used in the circular lick down here. They're just an octave lower. So, anyway, the licks themselves sound like this. And this is such a great exercise in and of itself because you'll hear recordings of Stevie Ray Vaughan playing Tin Pan Alley where he just... He just goes like inhuman speeds. It's crazy. I don't think I can even go that fast. But anyway, so after you hit the 10th fret of the A string, you're actually going to hammer on. This is where the pattern begins. You're going to hammer on from 8 to 10 on the A string. Then you're actually going to hit the 8th fret of the D string. And then after that, you are going to slide on the A string from 10 to 8. So far. And then after that, you're going to get to 6 on the A string, and then 8 on the E string, which is the root. So far we got... And then after that, we are going to hammer from the 6th fret of the A string to the 8th fret, and then slide up to 10. 3 notes, but only 1 pick. And then you just repeat the process from there. So you just repeat that process, and when you decide that you're, because this is... I should say, this is something that Stevie Ray Vaughan only did in songs like Tin Pan Alley when he really wanted to go all out. Like, he wanted this lick to go on as fast or as long as he could possibly make it go on. You know, that was just something that he did. So, in all reality, you know, something like... is like usually the extent of something that he'd play in like a song like Texas Flood, for example. But in Tin Pan Alley, he really likes to go all out with these licks. So adding the canopy is something that you could do if you really just want to go all out. And if you want to go even deeper, which Stevie Ray Vaughan liked to do, then you can do one I'm about to show you next. So you're finished with the canopy. So when you decide you're finished with the canopy, you, on one of those rotations, you slide up to the 10th fret on the A string, hammer on from the 8th fret of the D string to the 10th fret, and then what you're going to do is you're going to pick 8 on the G string, then you're going to do a slide back and forth from 10 to the 11th fret on the G string. So you're going to slide up to the 11th fret and slide back in a single pick. And then you're going to pull off to 8 on the G string and then hit the 10th fret on the D string. And then we're going to launch into the bottom lick again. And then, so after that is when we go into some of the stuff outside of box 1. We're going to go into box 2 a bit, the Albert King box. Except we won't be playing stuff like that. and we'll be going into the BB King box a bit. So, like I said, we just got back from the canopy. Oh no, wait, sorry, that was B flat. Okay, so yeah, play like that. Don't put that vibrato in there in the G string. So, and then after that, you go. We're gonna slide into box 2. So you go on the 11th fret of the high E string and slide it up to 13. Then play the 11th fret on the E string again, and then go up to the 13th fret, and then you're gonna slide up and down to the 14th fret of the high E string. So all one pick. So after, you just go to back to the 11th fret of the E string, and then the 13th fret of the B string, and then the 11th fret of the B string. And then you hit the 12th fret of the G string and slide up to 14. And then you hit the 13th fret of the B string, and then you hit the 15th fret of the high E string, then the 13th fret of the high E string, and then the 15th fret of the high E string again, except this is when Stevie starts doing that. So, all together so far we got. So, this is where you can start to get creative. If you can learn all of those different lick variations, you can kind of mix things up a bit. Like, here's an interesting lick. That's not something that Stevie would probably traditionally play. Like, I wouldn't, I'd be very surprised if I heard him play a recording of Tim Panelli and play a lick like that. But, yet again, I can never say I've heard anything that Stevie's, or everything that Stevie's ever done. So, but, this is just encouraging you to get creative. Like, these are the concepts that Stevie made, but, you can kind of use them, and you can use them in any key, as I just stated. If you're going to be playing in, C because you didn't tune your guitar down, it'll probably sound like... Yeah, so, but it can work in any key, maybe except for the last part. If you go up too far, you probably won't be able to slide up that far. But Stevie uses this in every song you can think of. He uses these concepts in Voodoo Child Slight Return. He uses them in Texas Flood, obviously. He uses them in Egg Gone and Give Up on Love. He uses them in just about a lot of every song that he plays. Every time he goes for a fast lick, 9 out of 10, it's one of these ones. So, if you're looking to learn the Stevie Ray Vaughan blues style, this is something that would be very good to learn. Anyways, this is the end of the first video, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you had some fun with these licks. I hope they help you improve, and I will see you next time.